Hi, I'm Robin Higgins, and this is What Does Dissolve Mean in Chemistry? So, when we talk about something dissolving, what we mean is that it has separated from itself and is completely in solution. So let's look at an example we're all familiar with of salt or sodium chloride. So at first, if you put salt into water, our little waves here, it acts as a solid still. It completely falls to the bottom and just kind of hangs out, right? And over time, if we stir it or if we heat it, it dissolves and you can't see it anymore. And so what's actually happening in terms of chemistry when that happens? Well, salt is formed of ionic bonds, and in water it separates into positively charged sodium atoms and negatively charged chlorine atoms. So the reason it dissolves is because it actually interacts with water. So I'll draw a little waters here, and of course the waters are H2O, and they have little bonds. So in water, the oxygen atom is actually partial negative, and the hydrogens are partial positive. And the positive sodium is attracted to the partial positive, the oxygen, and it actually forms little intermolecular forces, and these keep the salt completely dissolved. So the reason that salt dissolves in water is because there are intermolecular forces in between the positively charged and negatively charged ions of salt and the dipoles of oxygen. And so the reverse is true with the chlorine. So chlorine is full negative, and it's attracted to the partial positive of hydrogen. And so the attraction between these guys is strong enough to separate the sodium and the chlorine. So let's look at an example of something that does not dissolve. So this is a little cube of iron, Fe. It's just hanging out. And if you looked at it, you would see that all the iron atoms are bonded to each other. So if you leave that cube of iron in water, or you stir it or you heat it, you're still going to have that cube of water. It doesn't dissolve, right? And that's because the intermolecular forces within iron are too strong and they're not interested in bonding with water, so it doesn't dissolve. I'm Robin Higgins, and this has been What Does Dissolve Mean in Chemistry?